Ricky Gervais critiques UK leadership in stand-up show sparks nationwide conversation. British comedian Ricky Gervais, widely known for his sharp wit and fearless takes on social issues, is once again at the center of public conversation, this time for using his comedy stage to share strong views about the state of UK leadership. During a recent performance on his Armageddon tour, Gervais delivered a string of pointed observations that many interpreted as a broader critique of British politics and leadership culture. While the remarks were clearly comedic in nature, they struck a deeper chord, reigniting conversations around public trust in government, political accountability, and the role of entertainers in civic dialogue. Let's take a closer look at what was said, why it matters, and how the public and some in Parliament are responding. Gervais, who has long balanced humor with commentary, used part of his latest show to reflect on what he sees as a growing gap between political leadership and public reality. At one point in his set, he joked, "You know the country's in trouble when the only people who understand what's going on are the ones who don't run it." The line, delivered with classic deadpan delivery, triggered loud laughter, but also murmurs of agreement from the crowd. It wasn't a direct attack on any single party or politician, rather, it was a broader observation on how many citizens feel disconnected from those in power. He continued, "It's not about left or right anymore. It's about up there, and the rest of us down here, trying to make sense of it all with a kettle that barely works and rent that's gone up again." These remarks, though humorous, tapped into growing public frustration with the rising cost of living, delayed policy progress, and a sense that leadership has grown more insulated from everyday struggles. What makes Gervais's comments particularly noteworthy is how they reflect wider public sentiment. According to a recent YouGov survey, trust in political institutions in the UK has seen a noticeable dip in recent years. Concerns over transparency, representation, and policymaking that aligns with public needs have dominated headlines. Gervais, while not a political commentator, has a reputation for turning public discontent into punchlines that resonate. His ability to distill complex frustrations into accessible humor allows him to speak across demographics, not necessarily in favor of any side, but in favor of honesty, clarity, and critical thinking. Clips from the performance quickly went viral across social platforms. On YouTube Shorts, X, formerly Twitter, and TikTok, users shared short videos and quotes, praising the comedian for his boldness. One viewer wrote, "He just said what half the country is thinking, and he did it without shouting or blaming. Just the truth, with a laugh." Others took a more cautious view. "Yes, it's funny, but let's not pretend jokes solve policy problems. Leadership is complex," one comment read. That variety of reactions underscores the strength of satire. It opens the door to discussion rather than shutting it down. Gervais's approach didn't incite anger, it invited thought. It didn't call for outrage, it encouraged curiosity about how we can do better as a society. While no official statements have been released in direct response to Gervais's show, several political commentators noted the performance on social media and acknowledged the significance of comedians reflecting national mood. A few MPs, speaking informally, suggested that such critiques, while exaggerated for laughs, shouldn't be dismissed entirely. One parliamentary aide, speaking anonymously to a political blog, said, "When comedians become the voice people trust, it's a signal that leaders need to re-engage, not retreat." From Jonathan Swift to John Oliver, comedians have historically played an important role in critiquing power structures and challenging narratives. Gervais stands in that tradition not as a politician, but as a cultural figure capable of making people laugh while getting them to think. Importantly, his critique didn't lean partisan. He didn't advocate for a specific party or candidate. He held up a mirror and let the audience interpret the reflection. That's what keeps his approach well within bounds of responsible speech and fully in line with public discourse standards. He entertains, but he also encourages a healthy questioning of the systems we rely on. Ricky Gervais didn't start a political movement with a joke, but he may have sparked renewed interest in the state of political leadership across the UK. His recent performance wasn't a rant, nor was it an attack. It was a moment of honesty dressed as humor, and perhaps that's exactly what the public needed. In a time of political fatigue and deepening public skepticism, it's refreshing and perhaps vital for public figures to use their platforms not just for entertainment, but to gently push the conversation forward. Was Ricky Gervais simply entertaining, or did his remarks strike a deeper truth about UK leadership today? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy news that looks beyond the headlines with balance, depth, and a touch of humor, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss a thoughtful update. Stay informed. Stay curious. And we'll see you in the next video.